Health. Visit GameDayMen'sHealth.com/Fresno or Visalia, because every day is game day.
The official home of Fresno State Bulldogs athletics. This is 1430 ESPN Fresno, your Central Valley sports leader. KFIG Fresno.
To borrow up to $10,000.
ESPN MLB analyst David Ross.
I've been on the radar over 3 years in a row, over 100 lost seasons, 102 2 years ago, and now they're at the top of the Central in the American League with the Cleveland Guardians. They're just doing a phenomenal job, and another credit to Chris Getz and Will Venable. They've really changed the culture there. There's a lot of winning going on in south side of Chicago right now.
Dodgers two-way megastar Shohei Ohtani will be at least a DH for this weekend's series against the Yankees after having fluid drained from his left knee. No decision yet made if he'll pitch in New York, according to manager Dave Roberts.
ESPN Radio is presented by Progressive Insurance. Progressive Commercial Insurance can protect your small business with over 30 coverage options, an easy-to-use mobile app, personalized discounts, and more. Get a quote in as little as 8 minutes at ProgressiveCommercial.com. Discounts and coverage selections not available in all states or situations.
From local high school sports,
It's good to be joined by our Student Athlete of the Week. Anthony, how's it feel to be a Student Athlete of the Week?
Feels good, man.
to your Fresno State Bulldogs.
Pleasure to always have Coach Entz in the building here. And Coach, how are you doing on this Tuesday night?
Doing good. Doing really good.
When the athletic director of Fresno State drops in here at ESPN Fresno, Garrett, it's good to have you in.
You know, we're just grinding every day, trying to get better. But beautiful weather right now.
And voices from the pros.
On ESPN Fresno with Sean Merriman, Charger linebacker. Great.
Man, appreciate it. Thanks for having me.
Q Myers joining me now. He's with the Raiders, of course.
Man, I love Fresno. I really do, man.
Rick Neuheisel here with us on ESPN Fresno.
It is a treat to be on ESPN Fresno.
This is your home for all things sports. Hosted by Phil Bonatti, breaking it down, calling it like it is, and taking you behind the game. This is Behind the Bench on ESPN Fresno.
That is right. Behind the Bench here on 1430 ESPN Fresno, the Valley's local sports leader here on this wonderful Tuesday afternoon. 1 hour today as we take you up to the MLB All-Star Game. So good to be here. Good to be alongside you all for the 1 hour we got. We got a lot to react to, got a lot to get into, and we'll dive into that momentarily for you as soon as we get through the top of the show program notes. Of course, big thanks to Tony D for tossing it to us from the previous hour. Tony D Show Sportsline Bulldog Hour. Tony D from 2 to 3 p.m. on the weekdays. You can listen to him live and on demand on the ESPN app and the ESPN Fresno app, and on the 1430ESPNFresno.com website. We also have my show, of course, from 3 to 6 p.m. normally on the weekdays. And you also have Gonzo's show, the Valley Rise Show with Gonzo from 6 a.m. to 9 a.m. in the morning. So we'll be back tomorrow bright and early for you. Of course, we got a lot to dive into. And if you want to dive into the content as well, be a part of the show, Lee's Air Hotline's how you do it, 559-320-1430, the way to get a hold of us on the show today. 559-320-1430, the way to get a hold of us on the program. You also have the Lee's Air Weather Check, and it's another warm one, folks. 101 on the dot right now for me on my weather app that I keep checking. Could get up to 102. Haven't seen the worst of it, though. Tomorrow, you ready? 105 potential high there tomorrow. Then we start cooling off. 102, then 100 on Friday, then a nice cool 98 degrees on Saturday, getting down to 93 on Sunday. That's going to feel like a breeze before we ebb and flowing back into some warmer weather again. It's the middle of July, folks. What are you going to want? What do you want? What do you want from me? What do we got on the show today? Of course, we're going to talk Home Run Derby last night. How did we feel about that? That was a lot of fun. We got World Cup action this afternoon. One team has punched their ticket to the final, and one team is punching their ticket to the consolation game. the participation trophy match that is happening on Saturday. So we'll let you know what's going on with that in the World Cup. Of course, we'll get you set for the All-Star game tonight. 2 Giants All-Stars in it from their side of things. Kind of a minor miracle that 2 Giants are All-Stars regarding how terrible this team has been. Some A's All-Stars as well they'll get into as well. But it's good to be here for an hour, and we'll get you set for it here in the next coming minutes on this program. It is good to be joined behind the glass for the hour today. Gunnar is here. Gunnar, how are we doing on this Tuesday afternoon?
I'm doing good. I mean, we had a World Cup game already today.
Let's go.
The 12 o'clock times are fine. I do like. I'm a sucker for a good little primetime game.
Right.
Game that goes into the night, but I can't. 2-0 would make the game seem like it wasn't as entertaining, sure. But it was. It was up and down. I don't know how much you watched of it, but it was really entertaining.
I was locked in.
To watch for sure.
We want to get into the World Cup here at the top. Is that where we're leading into?
I feel like it's fresh off the mind. We might have to. Where else did you want to go? You wanted to go Home Run Derby?
That was a great event last night.
It was.
Too. It was fantastic.
Initially, when I first tuned in, it was weird. I didn't know how to feel, but
yeah.
When I watched it in its entirety, I definitely had good feelings about it.
I wanted to watch the entirety of the Home Run Derby because when I was heading home listening to the Home Run Derby right here on 1430, it was Wilson Contreras who was leading everything off, and I was pumped up for my Red Sox guy. He was setting the tone early with his 13 home runs out of the 20 swings, and I was wondering what the clip would be. Like, what would be the first-round clip? Like, how many home runs would help you kind of get into that next spot? Apparently, the number was 9 with, I believe, Schwarber got to that 9. Right?
Schwarber got 10 in his first round.
Schwarber got 10? Was it Schwarber that got 10?
Bryce Harper got did he get 8 or 9? I know, but he was...
Yeah, he got close.
He was close. But, 9 got eliminated. Schwarber had 10. He was the last man in.
had 9. Contreras had 13, I believe.
And he had the longest one of the first round, or first 2 rounds maybe, 477.
Was it Jack Caggs who had 13?
No. Caglione did not have 13.
No, it was Jordan Walker, wasn't it?
It was Jordan Walker,
Walker
the eventual winner.
Rightful champion of the home run derby.
I think, was our take right? Because I think that we were warning McKenna, who was feeling, like a homer with the dad's pitching, but I think those two finished in last.
Second and last and
second to last. Yeah.
I was happy Ben Rice didn't do well. Just keep
the betting odds were right about that.
We got to stay away from the Yankees for at least 3 more years. Like, clearly, we can't be picking the Yankees in some capacity.
Yeah, no bias at all.
No bias whatsoever. The evidence is laid out in front of us here, folks. The Yankees
they can't win it when it matters most. Home Run Derby,
the World Series,
2023 World Series, 24 World Series.
The Red Sox 4-game set in Fenway. The Yankees
can't beat the rivals. Come
on. When did the Yankees won a meaningful game?
I guess the question that it begs, I'm sure everyone's wondering now, with the All-Star game being tonight, if the Yankees can win on the American side, is that a good omen for them going forward? Can they turn the season around that way?
I'm not giving any credit because didn't their pitcher want to dodge the Schlittler?
Cam Schlittler, did he?
He dodged the game. Yeah.
I don't know. First time All-Star guy dodged it.
He doesn't want to pitch. He doesn't want to pitch tonight.
Is he had an injury or?
No, I think he quote said, "I don't want to start tonight because I'm focused on myself or anything like that." Even though it was quoted from the Blue Jays manager who said, "I never was really kind of considering him."
So he tried to give himself that level of control. It's like the LeBron and Rich Paul thing.
Can I formally announce that I'm not starting the All-Star game tonight? I choose not to start the MLB All-Star game.
I mean, that's like It's like Kenley Jansen to come back for this. Like, guys, I'm not starting the All-Star game. Just so you know, it's my decision.
It's my choice. I'm not going to play in the Open Championship.
Exactly.
Out in Royal Burkeville.
It's literally just the resignation thing. It's like, he's setting his letter of resignation because he doesn't want to get fired like somebody. I don't know.
No, you got to beat the allegation. You got to beat the allegations that you weren't going to be in that spot in the first place. No, you got to beat it before they say it. You know?
Cam, he just wanted to address the elephant in the room, and I think
exactly.
That's responsible of him.
People are clamoring.
Really responsible for them to do that.
People are clamoring, for sure. No, last night's home run derby, I was very complimentary of the format because it kind of harkened back to a time that I kind of yearned for, where I think last night, whether you can argue MLB got lucky with how it turned out or it could have been a different kind of scenario, it is nice to stack up the Phillies in that event because it gives the audience some energy of who to root for when the competition continues. And you kind of felt like Kyle Schwarber can be a guy that gets all the way to that final round and can compete in some capacity. It was good to kind of have a heel in that game or in that event where people were going against him instead of kind of the neutral, like everybody kind of has their own dog in the race per se. But I will say last night's event I thought was a really good evolution of the event last night. Felt like a lot of weight on every homer. The moments felt bigger. Each homer felt bigger, especially when we got down to that one swing rule where you can continue on if you keep stringing together home runs. And just seeing Jordan Walker, of course, have that comeback in some capacity. What he needed, like 6 in a row, basically, to win the thing. I think he was down to like 3 swings left with like 6 homers to go, or 6 homers total. So he needed basically like 6 in a row to keep him going, and he did. There was a real level of electricity coming from my television to me enjoying that event last night. I thought it was great. I thought it was a great event last night. And by the way, we were out in 2.5 hours, which doesn't feel like I didn't feel like the time spent watching the event didn't feel like 2.5 hours. It's typically kind of what you're expecting, skills competition, all that kind of stuff. I thought it was a great event last night. I will say part of it being that Major League Baseball got a little lucky with the result. It could have been Schwarber 11 and Jordan Walker 4. It could have easily went that way, and we're like, all right, cool. That was something. But I do think the results helped benefit how the format looked.
Yeah, for sure. And I guess in that way, the ends often can justify the means. But, yeah, no, I mean, that was great. And even with the dude that the audience, the live audience was rooting against heavily, even him walking it off and it being kind of quiet when it happened, like, the Phillies fans aren't like, cheering for him after that.
That was very weird. That was very weird because it felt like a walk-off homer, except
it was a walk-off.
It was a walk-off homer, but it's not to the home crowd, because usually when you walk something off, you're the home team and you walk it off and it's electric. And all we get were the 3 people that were celebrating, which was Jordan Walker's family.
Exactly. And then, well, the other part of it was that he was going against Kyle Schwarber, who's also in the National League. Mm-hmm. So a lot of times you'll see when one of these guys wins it, the whole AL or NL side will celebrate with them, but the NL side's like split, especially with 5 of the dudes being Phillies. It's like, it was kind of, I don't know, I felt a little bad because I was like, dude, let's just mob him. Like, who cares?
Right.
I guess it's a lot of money for Jordan Walker. It's a ton of money. For Schwarber, $1 million is like
whatever.
Yeah,
he's done his thing.
It's a little less. It's still a lot, obviously, but I don't know. It was cool to see him, but I didn't even realize he is huge.
Tall dude.
He is huge, like tall, but he looks like a NBA basketball player. He's filled out, like he's massive.
Well, that's why he was such a high draft.
He's impressive. Yeah, no, I mean,
people had a lot of expectation.
And I'm glad he's starting to prove it this year because he seems like a genuine dude. And that interview with the dad was awesome too.
Of course,
I don't know if you saw that.
Bringing the family in and having that kind of experience, and that's cool to root for. And I felt the mom, like the mom was like waving her fingers at it, like she was trying to bring the magic to him in some capacity. I felt that. I felt that in some certain way. I thought, for the most part, I think it was good. I will say, I think MLB could, like, trim the fat a little bit, maybe, like, get to 6 competitors. I think if you trim the fat a little bit. I would also want to see more than just the home run derby involved in this kind of all-star festivity thing. I've always argued that I've seen videos from like Japanese League all-star games, and we have bunt competitions, and I would love to see like a pinpoint bunting competition in some capacity, or some like defensive skill set stuff that would be pretty sick. Not diving catches or anything, or but maybe more like throwing to targets or like off balance throws or stuff like that. I don't know. Or I'm just trying to think of different like skill sets we could highlight in baseball than just home runs, because I think there's aesthetically some other interesting stuff out there when it comes to baseball. The bunting thing, to me, that's like a sicko baseball thing I would love to watch. Because if you have the crowd just get the anxiety of a ball trying to roll into a zone and seeing if it could land there, I feel like there'd be some electricity with that.
Possibly. I could be. Maybe probably do it before the home run derby, just so there's not like that.
Right.
That juxtaposition at least for the bunting. I don't know, but I was thinking about that. You can't really do the running. I don't think a lot of people would do like how fast you can run the bases.
No.
Because then you could get hurt.
Yeah, that's not.
Same with you said diving.
Yeah.
I don't know. Or maybe we could get like, I don't know. I don't know who would do this, but if there was a way to get like some of the top outfielders in the game, that like during the home run derby, it's like, oh, if there's balls that, although most of the time the balls are well clearing the fence when they get hold of them, it's like, oh, if you can rob a home run,
put some outfielders out
take
there,
a homer away.
rob the home run, it would be like league versus league. You have the American League best outfielders out there try to rob homers.
Exactly, that's what I'm thinking.
Right.
But then you'd also have to change the format of like, it's not just individuals against each other, but you have to separate it to AL and NL.
It wouldn't work at every stadium.
No.
Especially next year, because we're next year.
Wrigley.
You can't rob homers in Wrigley. You got the baskets.
Nope.
Right, so can't work for that.
And then people could definitely get hurt running into that brick wall.
Oh my God, yeah. Oh my God. Yeah. But
just food for thought. I mean, it was great. Last night was great, all around.
Yeah. Netflix, I thought, did a good job on the presentation.
I thought it was good. It was fine.
Yeah. Pujols and Bonds basically sitting on a couch.
Yeah. I was wondering. I am curious to see like the numbers. The viewership numbers of that.
Right. I did get a roll, like my dad was asking. I did get like a certain old man moment from my parents of like, where is it? Netflix? And he's like, really? That's the response he gave me. So I don't know if anybody else had that moment of trying to describe where the home run derby was to their parents last night. I was dealing with it. So that's the only thing I think that can irritate some folks was like just having the constant battle of telling your parents where things are. Right. But that's just the nature of sports right now. God, having to describe where Thursday Night Football was when it started going Amazon. That was the beginning of it all. Yeah.
I am well taken care of. I've talked to officials up there from a political standpoint, and they all have embraced me and adopted me.
We can talk about it later.
What is the guard?
Kind of for a while just resting there. If you want to like combo the idea of if you felt like it was too much time between homers, which I didn't feel like last night, but there's always the growing concern of can the guys just push the limit a little bit of how long. Like Wilson Contreras, I love Wilson Contreras. I heard, I guess last night he was getting a little. The crowd was not happy with how many pitches he was taking in some capacity, but. That's my only modifier. I'm not married to the idea, but that would be my way of quelling the idea that, oh, we're going back to the time when we had outs and people were taking 1 billion pitches in a row just so they could rest. Do you think that would work?
Yeah, you're saying like limiting the number of pitches people can take?
You can't take 3 in a row at any time. But once you swing, you can reset that like 3 in a row thing.
Yeah, but then I don't know. I guess
like
I was thinking about that, but I guess I don't know. It does kind of build up the anticipation even more for the next swing.
Right.
I do think, which can add to it. And I like. I mean, when you hear the booing, I think it can levels itself out. It's like the more you take the pitches, the crowd's gonna be against you possibly.
Right. But I think it also builds up the pressure of the player to deliver. Right.
Definitely.
If you're like, I'm gonna take this pitch because I don't like the pitch, but also I know I got to swing in two more balls. If it ramps up the pressure just a little bit of having to swing at pitches, right? Or you don't want to waste the opportunity. Maybe 4 in a row. Is 4 in a row enough?
But then I think with that, if you do that, it gives the power too much to the pitcher. Where I don't think we want to see it like just being. We want to see the athletes that are hitting the ball, like them being either able to hit a ball out or not, be the reason that they win or lose. Not because their pitcher can't throw strikes that are like good enough to hit. So I think in that case, then you've got to let them take as many as they need.
To me, home run derbies in the 2000s were like my favorite versions of them, and we got to an era basically from 2011 to 2014 where they stunk because guys took a billion pitches in a row. It felt like, and this thing lasted like 4 hours, and that's where I'm like, for now it feels good until we get to a point where guys are going to take more and more pitches. I will say, didn't we say last night, how are guys going to feel after that? I'm curious about what Kyle Schwarber, Jordan Walker, all those guys who went deeper into this derby, if they're going to feel any sort of fatigue from this. And if they don't, I'm telling you, we're going to see some stars in this version pretty soon again.
If they feel fatigue in this one, though, they like shortened it. You think?
They only hit, I think the field only hit like 170.
Yeah, I mean, 15 swings. You make each swing matter more, but then you're obviously getting less home runs. So I don't know.
Guys felt a little wiped, but like not as wiped as like the timer guys.
Yeah, no. I mean, his last home run was still like 450. So
yeah, I know. So like you're seeing more majestic blasts. Guys are putting it in more, and yet I don't think they're feeling as tired as they've been in other derbies. I think this will lay down the groundwork to see the biggest names, the biggest hitters.
And I do think it'll mess with their swing less if they're able to take pitches and not just have like to swing at everything like in succession because you have the time limit. The timer was definitely I mean that's basically just a workout that you make them go through.
A- for me last night. That's all I got. A-. I do think MLB got just lucky with the circumstance of how it actually the drama built up in terms.
Maybe, but I think as they can replicate it. I think that there needs to be like a hometown guy in the field every year.
When did you think Jordan Walker was gonna win? Was it legit like 11-10 when he was down? Like did
I don't know.
Did you not believe it when he was coming back?
I think when he hit his first one out, his last pitch out, like and he was only the second guy to do that. Like once I saw this, like okay, he can do that. I was like okay, I think he can.
Right. But
I think this might happen.
In that string of like 6 straight homers, like were you like when did you start thinking, oh okay, he could actually catch?
Yeah, like I guess after he hit 3 because he had it at 3, and then he hit 3 with 3 pitches left, and then he had to hit 3 like on that last streak, right? So I think in the middle,
Crazy. I love it.
It was awesome.
Schwarber was sitting there. He's like, I'm not celebrating. I'm not. He knew better. He saw Bryce. He saw flashbacks of Bryce Harper. 8 years ago? He was getting like non-flashbacks to that whole moment. Poor Kyle Schwarber. Does that mean he still hasn't won one?
Correct.
That's sad.
But I mean, he did win the swing off the All-Star game last year, so
is
that's
that cooler? I think it's cooler.
Maybe. I mean, he's not getting paid as much for that, but
that's history.
But yeah.
All right, let's. Great job, home run derby, great stuff. I love that. Let's take a break. We're gonna take a break from baseball. We'll go to soccer here real quick and get you updated on what's going on in the World Cup. We're just getting started in this one and only hour here and Behind the Bench on 1430 ESPN Fresno, the Central Valley sports leader and your home of the Fresno State Bulldogs.
Spring and summer weddings, prom, graduation. Patrick James is your premier destination. Elegant tuxedos and suits for purchase or rental. We offer full-service tailoring on site, custom clothing offerings, and the West Coast's first Martin Dingman Lodge and Johnny O Shop and Shop. Please come in and experience the exemplary customer service and quality apparel carefully selected for you from all your favorite brands. Patrick James in Fig Garden Village or PatrickJames.com. Started in Fresno and serving the Valley since 1962.
Every great game starts the same way. One pass. One touch. One team. It doesn't take a stadium to build something great. It takes people who show up for each other and for this valley. Be the one who banks local. Bank at FFB.
Member FDIC.
Hey, it's Phil Venati from Behind the Bench. Summer's here, and that means a lot of us are either heading to the lake, taking a family trip, or hitting the beach. It's a fun time of year, but with more people on the road, it's always smart to stay alert and drive safe. But if the unexpected happens and you're hurt in an accident that wasn't your fault, give Davis and Van Wagenen a call. They're great to work with. They'll fight for your compensation you deserve. Have a great summer and stay safe out there. From me and my friends at Davis and Van Wagenen.
Citizens Business Bank is a proud sponsor of the Fresno State Bulldogs. Hi, I'm Susan Woosner, Senior Vice President and Manager of Citizens Business Bank in Fresno. We proudly support California's thriving small to medium-sized businesses. Our relationship-based approach and straightforward business model set us apart in the financial services industry. We are a banking partner that understands your industry and your company. Whether you're expanding operations or planning for the future, Citizens Business Bank is here to help ensure your banking experience is smooth, convenient, and aligned with your success. My team strives to build long-term banking relationships by getting to personally know you and your business, and then providing you with a wide array of powerful solutions customized to your unique financial needs. Visit cbbank.com to learn how Citizens Business Bank can help contribute to your success. That's cbbank.com. Citizens Business Bank, N.A., Equal Housing Lender, member FDIC.
Hi, I'm Jim Schaefer with Helena Agri-Enterprises. Every acre depends on good water, whether you're irrigating or making a spray application. But not all water is the same. Water quality can impact tank mix compatibility, product performance, and ultimately your yield. That's why Helena offers Aqualens, an advanced water sampling program that helps identify issues in your spray and irrigation water and provides recommendations to help you get the most from every pass. Talk to your local Helena representative to learn how Aqualens can help you make every gallon count.
So, Dad, Mom says you're both retiring next year.
That's right. Finally time to start doing all the things we've been saving for.
I love it. Have you figured out how to convert your 401ks and investments into income for that?
Actually, I have no idea how to do that. I guess I better figure it out so I can start spending your inheritance.
Just call Thiessen Duker Modern Wealth Management. I met one of their advisors at a 401k meeting. Then I had them do a complete financial plan for me.
Your mom and I could use that kind of help. But why Thiessen Duker?
Well, they're different. They use innovative software designed to show you a detailed picture of your finances. And their advisors work as a team to evaluate your retirement options from all angles. They can help you and Mom, just like they helped me.
Huh. I guess I should call Thiessen Duker.
Right. And about my inheritance, go ahead and spend it. I'm good.
The advisors of Thiessen Duker Modern Wealth Management are registered representatives with and securities offered through LPL Financial, member FINRA SIPC.
DraftKings is live in all 50 states. Yes, that means you, California. Win or go home, that's it. That's the World Cup knockout round, and DraftKings has you covered for every single match. The DraftKings app is now live in California, so whether you're catching the early kickoff before work or the late match at the bar, you're in on every minute, every match, every moment, all in one app. Right here in California, the world's biggest stage in the palm of your hand. New DraftKings customers sign up with code KFIG, spend $5 to get $200 in total rewards over 21 days. That's code KFIG. In partnership with DraftKings, the crown is yours. Event trading offered by DraftKings Predictions, a CFTC registered introducing broker. Trading involves risk of loss. Market availability varies. Eligibility restrictions apply. $50 every 7 days via click-to-claim issued in non-withdrawable prediction dollars that expire in 1 year. Ends July 19th. Terms DKNG.co/predictions promo. All right. We know one country is making it to the World Cup final. That's going to be played in New Jersey on Sunday. Spain defeating France today 2-0. A lot of people had France as the number one contender going into the Final Four. I think I would consider them the favorite going in. And yet Spain able to dismantle France in some capacity. Of course, the penalty kick that happened at the 22nd minute when Lamine Yamal was contacted inside the box by a swinging leg of some capacity. It could be argued and litigated that what should warrant a free kick, a penalty kick in some capacity. Regardless, to me, I don't care. You kick the guy, you kick the guy. Spain gets the penalty kick there, and then capping it off with another wide-open look at the net in the second half to solidify a 2-0 final. France didn't have any teeth in its attack today. Couldn't find anything against Spain's defense. And Spain, I think, is showing how great defensively they are as a country from this match. It is proving that they are, I think, the most... I think from the ceiling they have to the floor that they have, their floor is lower or is higher than most teams as far as that's concerned because of the way they play. They will be in every match that they play, basically. And they really – defense wins championships. Is that fair to say with this matchup? And I think that's how I interpret Spain getting it done against France today. And Spain's going on to a final. We're playing England or Argentina. Isn't that something, huh?
Yeah, I mean – that was honestly just a masterclass from Spain. You can't really call it anything else. The defense, they've only surrendered one goal all tournament to Belgium, which Belgium's like arguably one of the, if not the most best attacking team in the tournament. I guess France, people would think France, but Belgium did have like the most shots attempted up until they got eliminated, I think. So yeah, I mean, they just control the ball. They just don't make mistakes in the back end. Like it's kind of crazy to watch, especially when I've come from, you watch all the USA games and all the when it's in their back line, it's like it's scary. And when Spain has it in their back line, there's not like any, even with France, when Spain has it in their back line, even with France, like high pressing as much as they were, putting as much pressure as they could, or trying to on that Spain defense, there's just no wavering from those dudes. And they were just nails the whole time. Got it to their midfielders. There's a lot of space there based on France's formation, and so they were just able to just pass the ball around really the whole game.
No panic, really, from Spain. You didn't see it at all, pretty much, in that whole match. And
that helps because they scored so early, obviously. That was pretty much nightmare for France fans and France team. To go down one to that France-Spain team is brutal.
And I see a lot of discourse, and I think people, maybe the casual fans, are just mad at the rules of soccer in general. It's like a foul in the box is a foul in the box, regardless of if you think that could have led to a scoring opportunity or not. Yeah, is Lamine Yamal set up to score in that moment, and France kicks the guy, and basically that should directly affect if it leads to a potential goal or not. That's not the rules of soccer. If you make a dangerous play in the box, regardless of if Lamine Yamal was ready to take a shot, which he wasn't, he was just in that position. The rules of soccer state that you can't make dangerous plays on a player like that, and a high swinging kick that nails Lamine Yamal in the leg just is going to always be that kind of play in the box. You just can't do that. So that's the right call, in my opinion. And anyone who wants to disagree with it, I think, really just doesn't understand how kind of soccer works in some capacity. But I do like seeing the casuals get all up in arms about the archaic rules that soccer has in some capacity, right? I don't hate the call. I don't hate the call at all. I think France, made the mistakes, and that was the first one, and couldn't quite get back into their rhythm. Spain won the possession 51% to 49, by the way. Very close in possession side of things. France had the more quality attack, I guess you could say. Only 4 shots on target to Spain's 2. So I would say it was somewhat of wasn't the most riveting semifinal in the history of sport, but that's why Spain is Spain, because they make games like that happen.
Exactly. That was just Spain, and I think this is what we're going to see from Argentina, maybe, or what we've already seen. Like, not necessarily the most impressive wins up to this point, but they haven't made a big mistake, and they haven't done anything that has made them have to scramble. And they've always been the team that's just been more solid and just played more under control more, and that's what you have to do in these tournament scenarios. Like, you don't have to blow every team out by 4 goals. You don't have to score 20. I mean, that they're just doing what they have to do. And that's what we've seen the Chiefs do. That's what we've seen the Patriots do. Like these major franchises, the Dodgers the last few years, they haven't even necessarily played their best baseball when it mattered. But they just all those teams, those winning teams, they do what they need to do.
It's not about style points. It's did you win?
Nope. And France was the style point team. They were the ones that looked so lucrative, so exciting. And I fell into that trap. I was like, coming into this game, I've been saying, like, I think France has looked the best in this tournament, but my eyes have deceived me clearly because Spain is the best.
Did we determine the champion today?
Is this an NFC, AFC from the NFL last year? I don't think it's that.
Yeah.
I don't think it's that easy to tell. I just think, I don't know. Maybe.
Who do you want to see Spain play in a final?
This is really weird, and I was hearing Alexi Laws talk about this, but England, like, for me personally, I'm an American. I should not be rooting for England to win soccer games on American soil.
I get it.
But, like, Jude Bellingham's just taking me, I don't know, I just love the way he plays. But it's also, like, you want to see Messi. You want to see, the GOAT play against Lamine Yamal, who's the up-and-coming, elite player. That would be an awesome matchup, too. Both lefty. I mean, that would be, I don't know.
I'm more leaning the England way as well, but I think I have a more, devious reason why. It's because I want them to get as close as they can.
I knew,
with having the ability to rip their heart out at the very top, and just fling them off the cliff.
That's crazy.
A little bit, right?
I feel like, that's interesting. Do you think? So you think Spain would beat England more handily than they would Argentina?
My question, I think, because I'm trying to see who had more firepower. Like, to me, France had the most firepower.
Argentina has the most goals in the tournament, not France. So that's also something to keep in mind.
Argentina, it's hard.
Argentina scores like crazy.
I'm having a hard time litigating Argentina right now because I want to look at their resume, right? How they got here, because I don't know. You go apples to apples if you're going to try to go that way. Of course, their group stage, 3 goals against Algeria. That's typical. Austria 2-0 in their group stage. Jordan 3-1. Are you feeling like Argentina's seen actual good talent, right?
I do think that they're getting the absolute best out of everybody.
One,
because they have Lionel Messi, and two, because they're the back-to-back champs.
Right.
And I mean, they definitely have had the easiest path in terms of the level of opponents they've played in that quadrant, but still.
Can I flip it that they've been forced to score more because they haven't been clean on their back end? Like, they've allowed teams like Switzerland to score 1, Egypt to score 2, Cabo Verde is able to score 2, Jordan was able to get a goal on them in their group stage. They haven't been as sound defensively in their side. And England, you could argue, is much more dangerous offensively than any of those 4 countries I've said with their ability to score. I think Argentina can have issues of allowing goals, which I think invites why they've been able to score so much is because they've been forced to, because teams are making them be a little more attacking. I'm not even considering the 3rd goal scored in Switzerland because that was just kind of a nothing at the very end kind of goal for them. But when you're forced to score, you're gonna score, and Argentina has that ability, I guess. Could we be in store for an all-timer tomorrow? Because England will force Argentina to score goals because of how good offensively they can. Can England get to 3 against Argentina? I think that's possible. I think we could see 4-3. I think we could see 3-2 as the final tomorrow. And I'm just curious if Argentina is equipped to be able to face. I think they're actually better facing Spain in the final if Argentina can get there, because Spain's not nearly as dangerous offensively, I think, as other teams are. As Spain got that penalty, and then the other one was manufactured. But I think England's a tougher matchup for Argentina than Spain is what's waiting in the final. Argentina just needs to get there through England.
That is how it feels to me. I'm like, and all the teams that I mentioned earlier, in different sports, American sports, it's like you just gotta they just get there, and then you kind of, I feel like all the confidence that you didn't have in them up to that point kind of gets flipped around. It's like, well, it's Lionel Messi in Argentina in the World Cup final. It's like, and they historically just don't lose these games. Like, they might lose in PKs, but that's technically a draw, which is weird, but I don't like the rules.
Right.
So it's like, they just don't. Like, I think the stat is like the last 20 years, like, I don't think they haven't lost, like in the 2 Copas and 2 World Cups, they haven't lost a match. Like, they maybe have lost in PKs, but the point is, like, they just don't lose. So how's that feel? They find ways.
Yeah. It's not
maybe this is the World Cup of teams that just find a way. Spain and Argentina. England too, actually. I would put England in that category.
I'm most like, if it gets to England, Spain in the final, I will not know what to do with that one. more than I think I know exactly how Spain-Argentina goes. I don't think I know how England-Spain would go, because I think England has found their form in some capacity here. Offensively, they've been more dangerous the last couple matches. It is Mexico and Norway, but it also is you were in literally, you were in the jungle.
Brutal conditions.
In Mexico.
Elevation and then 100 degrees, like
90% of the stadium's against you.
Yeah.
Right? And then Norway, which it felt like everyone who was watching outside of England was against you in some capacity as well. Now you're the team everyone wants to see win. That's the other fascinating part. I think the public opinion wants England to win that match because everyone's so sick of the Argentina storyline, right?
Yeah, I guess that is kind of the lesser of two evils, I guess.
Like FIFA guiding Argentina to a final, whether you want to believe in that narrative or not, which is parallel to the NFL guiding the Chiefs into a Super Bowl every year, as people love to buy into that conspiracy theory, right? So I love
maybe Argentina should deflate the soccer ball a little bit more.
Is that gonna help?
I think Messi likes the ball deflated a little bit.
We won't get elements.
That's what I've heard. Or maybe they should have cameras on the opposing team sideline.
Yeah.
Does that ring a bell?
Spygate.
Yeah.
Spygate action. Everybody's doing it.
Oh yeah.
I'm not justifying the actions. I'm just saying,
No need to get into the takes of 10 plus years ago.
If you got caught on the 99 speeding, you can argue to the cop all day and night that everyone's speeding on the 99. The problem is you got caught. You know what I mean? So that's the whole thing. So I don't know. It's going to be an interesting match tomorrow. I do believe Spain has a really good understanding of who they are. And you saw that tonight, or you saw that earlier today with the France game. I think it's going to be really hard to break them down. Like, they haven't lost in this World Cup, and I know the other teams we're talking about, Argentina, England, both haven't lost either in some capacity. One is drawn, right? Didn't England draw somebody? Or did they win all three?
No, I don't think England drew. Wait. They didn't draw Croatia. Did they draw Panama?
They drew Ghana.
Oh, Ghana, that's right.
They drew Ghana. They beat Croatia. They beat Panama. They drew Ghana. They had to come back against DR Congo. They then had to beat Mexico. Even though they were up for the entirety of that game, they did trail Norway, and honestly should have been 2-0. I don't know. I think I'd be very excited for an England-Spain final. Think that would be the one I'd be more interested in, personally. Because here's the other kicker. Think how incredible the Golden Boot race is going to be if we put third place Mbappe versus third place Messi, and let's just tussle for the Golden Boot. Who can get more goals in that match? Right? Will we see defense, or are we just going to see attacking sides from both sides? Because
in Spain, Argentina.
No, if we get Argentina, France in the third place on Saturday.
Oh yeah.
For the Golden Boot race, basically.
That game might be 6-6.
We might see some things racking up there. It could get crazy.
That could be fun. That'd be best case scenario for a third place game, probably.
Right? I think so too, because if you only get Mbappe trying to rack up his Golden Boot race and try to win that, versus
and Messi as well. That would be that's an interesting side. That's a really interesting storyline.
I think you want to root for England to win because you get a really awesome third place Golden Boot match.
But does Jude Bellingham just win it if England wins the title, no matter how many goals?
No, you can win. You can win the Golden Boot if you're not a winning team.
Yeah,
like Tim Howard won the Golden Gloves.
Yeah,
despite getting out of the round of 16, the best goalkeeper. I think back in 2014, I think it was.
The good old days.
You can do it. You can win it regardless of what it is. So, congrats, Spain. Go. Well, we'll see. What's your prediction on that? Shall I do the daily prediction right now, real quick?
Why
not? This is the daily prediction brought to you by Game Day Men's Health. You noticed your energy isn't what it used to be. Your workouts aren't paying off. For losing weight, it's become harder than ever. Don't chalk it up to getting older. Or if you're just a young buck like Gunner over there, visit Game Day Men's Health. They specialize in hormone treatment and clinics right here in Fresno and Visalia for your men's health pleasure. And, of course, during July, they're celebrating America 250 with a great offer. Save $250 on any peptide treatment when you prepay for 6 months. How about that, huh? $250. You could use that for something else, huh? Visit GameDayMen'sHealth.com/Fresno or Visalia to schedule your consultation today. Remember, your testosterone assessment is free with Game Day Men's Health. Every day is game day. Enjoy it there. Let's pick England, Argentina. Who do you actually think is going to win tomorrow? Gunnar, what do you got?
Oh, man. This is so tough. Let me put my emotions aside. And I do think England. I think England will win. I just think they have a little bit of the magic about them. And even though they haven't played their best match, neither of those teams have, I do think England's playing, possibly getting better at least. Mm-hmm. Even if they haven't played their best match, they're getting better, where Argentina maybe has looked less and less threatening as the tournament's gone on. But yeah, we'll see.
I'm trying not to.
I think England 2-2 and they win in PKs.
I'm trying not to fall in the trap because on paper, objectively, feels like England should win this because Argentina has really lit the world on fire in this entire stretch run. But there's something about knowing how to win, and there's something about being there that matters. And we compared these two teams to NFL teams, and I said the Argentina's the Chiefs, and I've said England's the Bills. And on paper, like we did, 2 years ago when we watched that, was it AFC Championship, Bills Chiefs in Kansas City? And you got so frustrated because the Bills have so much better talent on their side, and you have a feeling that they can go into the Lions' Den and win. And then Josh Allen kind of gets pressured and throws a duck at the end, and they don't convert on a fourth down, and suddenly it's over because the Chiefs made the plays they needed to make. To me, Argentina feels the same way. And I think they will find a way to get into that final again and beat England. So I'm going to go 2-1 as a final with Argentina moving on. We will have Argentina-Spain. And hopefully Spain will just run roughshod on Argentina the rest of the way, just like the Eagles did.
The handing of the guard from Messi to Yamal.
Yeah, we'll see.
That could be also a good storyline. I think there's good storylines regardless of what happens.
Think so. There's a lot of good storylines. I think Argentina does win. I am, however, rooting for England, if that's a fair one.
I might be the opposite now that I'm thinking about it. I just could not see myself rooting against Messi. That smile. If he gets smiling, dude, I'm going to be like, oh my gosh.
He's been enjoying it.
He's going to do it.
He has been enjoying it. It's been nice to see the guys enjoy it. So, all right, let's take a break. Let's preview the All-Star game next here on 1430 ESPN Fresno, home of the Bulldogs with your Central Valley sports leader.
Yes, he does. He has great service to satisfy you. He'll put you in a car, used or new, with the real sense of community too. Buick, Chevy, GMC, he does it. Customs and accessories, he does it. Ed Dina's the dealer in Dinuba that does. Yes, he does.
Hi, I'm Jim Schaefer with Helena Agri Enterprises. Every acre depends on good water, whether you're irrigating or making a spray application. But not all water is the same. Water quality can impact tank mix compatibility, product performance, and ultimately your yield. That's why Helena offers Aqualens, an advanced water sampling program that helps identify issues in your spray and irrigation water and provides recommendations to help you get the most from every pass. Talk to your local Helena representative to learn how Aqualens can help you make every gallon count.
DraftKings is live in all 50 states. Yes, that means you, California. Win or go home. That's it. That's the World Cup knockout round. And DraftKings has you covered for every single match. The DraftKings app is now live in California, so whether you're catching the early kickoff before work or the late match at the bar, you're in on every minute, every match, every moment, all in one app. Right here in California, the world's biggest stage is in the palm of your hand. New DraftKings customers sign up with the code KFIG, spend $5 to get $200 in total rewards over 21 days. That's code KFIG. In partnership with DraftKings, the crown is yours. Event trading offered by DraftKings Predictions, a CFTC registered introducing broker. Trading involves risk of loss. Market availability varies. Eligibility restrictions apply. $50 every 7 days via click-to-claim issued in non-withdrawable prediction dollars that expire in 1 year. Ends July 19th. Terms dkng.co/predictions promo.
The Donald P. Dick Super Saver Program is an annual maintenance membership for your home's heating and air conditioning.
A certified HVAC specialist will service your system at no additional charge. They'll make sure to keep everything running right, including filter replacement, refrigerant checks, airflow checks, and electrical inspections. Improved efficiency prevents breakdowns and saves you money. Call 294-2100 for Donald P. Dick, AC and Solar in Fresno.
Don't strike out at mealtime. Step up to the plate and enjoy a meal that'll knock it out of the park. With Lynn's Restaurant Group, every spot is a hit. From comforting bowls at Ramen Hayashi to bold flavors at Lynn's Fusion, refreshing drinks at JT, and the new Ichi Shabu. There's something for everyone. Whether you're grabbing a quick bite or dining after the game, Lynn's has you covered. Download the Lynn's app for exclusive offers and visit lynn'srestaurantgroup.com. Lynn's, the perfect summer eats.
Citizens Business Bank is a proud sponsor of the Fresno State Bulldogs. Hi, I'm Susan Woosner, Senior Vice President and Manager of Citizens Business Bank in Fresno. We proudly support California's thriving small to medium-sized businesses. Our relationship-based approach and straightforward business model set us apart in the financial services industry. We are a banking partner that understands your industry and your company. Whether you're expanding operations or planning for the future, Citizens Business Bank is here to help ensure your banking experience is smooth, convenient, and aligned with your success. My team strives to build long-term banking relationships by getting to personally know you and your business, and then providing you with a wide array of powerful solutions customized to your unique financial needs. Visit cbbank.com to learn how Citizens Business Bank can help contribute to. That's cbbank.com. Citizens.
Behind the Bench here on 1430 ESPN Fresno, the Valley's local sports leader. Just a few more minutes before we send it to Philadelphia for the All-Star game, MLB All-Star game. We'll talk about that in a second. Gutter, I just saw a tweet here today. Apparently the Open Championship, you know, the one in down over the UK.
Royal Birkdale?
Yeah, Royal Birkdale. Organizers are prepared to make changes to the final round in the event that England makes it to the World Cup finals, apparently, in order to avoid a, quote, mass exodus of fans making an early departure from the course on Sunday, where we would see a lot of people leave to go watch England in a World Cup final and not have an awkward, 14 people clapping for whoever wins the Open Championship. I think that's hilarious. I actually think that's pretty hilarious that the golf tournament is adjusting to that.
That is crazy, but I guess it just shows the international relevance of this tournament and how crazy it is, really.
I'm trying to think. 8 hours ahead for us, so that's 8 p.m. if the game starts at noon. England fans probably want to get to the pub at about an hour before, 2 hours before. They want to probably get cranked up real fast.
You might be lowballing them.
Like 5 o'clock local time that they want to be in the pub ready to roll and start the party going.
I've never been to England, so I can't say it, but
yeah,
I'd imagine they'd want to get there.
Yeah, I was about to.
As soon as possible. You got to milk out all the joy you can.
I forgot. I was going to ask you, and then I realized I don't know if you're old enough for that kind of. Yeah, for sure. You'll get to that culture eventually, Gunner. You'll understand how much time you need to pregame for all that kind of.
T-minus 10 months.
Getting closer. It's fine. MLB All-Star Game coming up. Do I have lineups yet? I think we had lineups yesterday, right? I couldn't find.
We said the lineups on Friday last week, I think.
Didn't we?
One of the days last week.
I was looking for the lineup again today. I couldn't find it in some capacity. Where was it on Twitter? Let me just type up All-Star lineups, because I remember joking that some Braves were down there to Gonzo. We know Dylan Cease is starting for the American League. We know. Okay, I got it. Here we go.
We know it's not Cam Schlittler.
We know it's not Cam Schlittler for there. Christopher Sanchez is starting for the National League because of the Philadelphia connection there. Here was who we got on the American League side. Mike Trout leading off center field with Yordan Alvarez batting second at DH for the Astros. Shea Langoliers batting third for the A's, a catcher position. Junior Caminero, the most exciting baseball player in baseball right now, playing third and for the Rays. Bobby Witt Jr., holding up short, batting fifth, playing for the Royals, of course. Cody Bellinger playing right and representing the Yankees. You got Ben Rice at first for the Yankees. You got Riley Green in left field for the Tigers. And the leading vote getter of all of Major League Baseball, Ernie Clement, playing second base for the Toronto Blue Jays on the American League side. National League, Schwarber going to lead it off from the DH position. You got Soto batting second for the Mets, Juan Soto. Freddie Freeman batting third, playing first for the Dodgers. You got C.J. Abrams, cleanup shortstop for the Nationals. You got Max Muncy in the 5 spot for the Dodgers, playing third. Ozzie Albies, second base, batting for the Braves. You got Brandon Marsh, underrated Brandon Marsh for the Phillies, playing right. Andy Pages going to be in center for the Dodgers, and Drake Baldwin catching for the Atlanta Braves tonight. Who do we got? Who do we got tonight? I root for the American League because I'm an American League guy. I'm a Red Sox fan. So is it ride or die for your league, Gunner? Is that where we're at?
I mean, yeah, I've always rooted for the National League. Yeah. So I guess we're on opposite sides of the table here.
Guess
or the glass.
Trying to think who the MVP will be tonight.
The MVP.
Someone's got to hit a homer.
It's always somebody weird.
It's always going to be somebody who hits a homer. Basically like a 2-run homer. If I'm going to pick the American League, I like Junior Caminero to go yard tonight.
Yeah, I was going to say, that's a good pick.
I'm picking Junior. Who do you got for the National
League? For the NL, I mean, call me crazy, but I could see an Andy Pages MVP.
Ooh, little like.
He's batting low because he's like Andy Pages, but he's been hitting I don't know.
I like the pick.
I can see that happening.
All right. You got National League, I got American League. We're going to see how it shakes out tomorrow when we come back, 3 o'clock. We'll have a full show tomorrow, 3 o'clock. We'll have the voice of Washington State come on tomorrow. I believe Chris King is his name. We'll have plenty of show tomorrow. Tim Veer's going to be back in tomorrow as well. We'll recap it all. So can't wait for that. Until then, Gunner, good job by you. And enjoy the All-Star game, everybody. Have a good night.
Every great game starts the same way.